7 tips to improve your financial wellness. 1. Create a budget that works for you. When it comes to creating a budget, try jotting down into 3 categories: what money is coming in, what cash is required for the mandatory stuff, such as bills, and what dough might be left over, which you may want to put toward existing debts, savings, or your social life. Writing up a budget may take an afternoon out of your diary, but it will help you to more easily identify where there's room for movement. For instance, could you reduce what you're spending on luxury items, subscription or streaming services, eating out, or clothing? 2. Consider rolling your debts into one. If all the small debts you once had have multiplied and grown into bigger debts, you could look to roll them into a single loan and reduce what you pay in fees and interest. This could help you to save a significant amount of money, depending on what you owe, and make it easier to manage your repayments, as you'll potentially only need to make one monthly repayment rather than having to juggle several. The main thing to ensure is you are paying less than what you are currently when it comes to interest rates, fees and charges, and that you're disciplined about making your repayments. 3. Try to save a bit of money regularly. Even a small amount of cash deposited on a frequent basis could go a long way toward your savings goals, with a separate research report indicating the average savings target for Aussies is a bit over $11,004. Some tips people said helped them along the way was transferring spare funds into an actual savings account, setting up automatic transfers to their savings account so they didn't have to move money manually, and putting funds into an account which they couldn't touch. 4. Set aside some emergency cash. With research showing that an emergency fund of between $4,000 and $5,000 is generally enough to cushion most working Aussies when it comes to unexpected expenses, it's probably worth some thought. An emergency stash of cash could give you peace of mind and reduce the need to apply for high-interest borrowing options should you be faced with a busted phone, car tire, or bad landlord or lover leaving you financially stranded. 5. Be open to talking money with your partner. 1 in 2 Aussie couples admit to arguing about money, so if you haven't already, it might be worth sitting down to ensure you're on the same page and that both parties' goals are being considered. Understandably, it may not be the easiest topic to broach, so if you're looking for some tips, check out our article, 10 Money Conversations to Have with Your Other Half. 6. See if you can get a better deal with your providers. You more than likely have several product and service providers, and figures show you could save more than $1,000 annually on energy alone just by switching from the highest price plan to the most competitive on the market. Again, this may take a couple of hours out of your day, but the savings you could potentially make may make a real difference to what you cough up throughout the year. 7. Don't be afraid to seek financial assistance. If you are struggling to make repayments, you may be able to seek assistance from your providers by claiming financial hardship. All providers must consider reasonable requests to change their terms in instances where you may be suffering genuine financial difficulties and feel help would enable you to meet your repayments, possibly over a longer period. In addition, you can talk to a financial counselor, free of charge, at the National Debt Helpline by calling 1-800-007-007.